So then we're going to move on to 8.2. For which values of x in the interval of x ranging from 0 to 270 degrees is the identity undefined. Okay, so it's important for us here ukuthi sikhumbuzane ukuthi ke sathi for an identity to be not defined or undefined, right, it means its denominator has to be equal to 0 for that to be true. Okay, right, cool. So when it comes to this identity yethu, 1 minus cos 2x minus sin x all over sin 2x minus cos x. So its denominator yethu la yuba u sin 2x minus cos x. So for this identity to be undefined, so it means ubani usine 2x minus cos x fanele alingane no 0 ukuze kube njalo. Okay, so we know now for us to actually determine the values of x, okay, the one thing to do is to actually solve for x using our skills and techniques of a general solution. Okay, right, cool. So kumbula here the best thing to do here is to actually change your double angle. Okay, is to actually change your double angle uyenze your single angle. So in other words, in this case, soba nobani no 2 sin x cos x, okay, minus cos x being equal to 0 respectively. Okay, and then from here you're just gonna follow your basic rules of solving for x. Okay, so take for example ukube besino 2xy minus y is equal to 0. Kuthiwa solve for x and y la ubungakhiphi common factor yakhe y, ube no y into 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, bese equate factor ngayinye to 0, ube no y is equal to 0, or 2x minus 1 is equal to 0, and then we are willing to divide at the side to solve for x wakho. So we're going to do exactly the same thing la. So keep our common factor eubani cos x, because the cos siyamthola on this side bese simthole nangale futhi as well. So sizoba no cos x ike la ngaphandle. Okay, so no cos x la ngaphandle is our common factor into sisale no 2 sin x, because mu divide la no cos x bayakhanselana bese kusala lokho kuphela, minus, and then we divide the leyanto on cos x as well, kusala bani u1, then all of this is equal to 0. Okay, then from here you take each factor and equate it to 0. So soba no cos x elingana no bani no 0, noma u2 sin x minus 1 elingana no bani no 0. Then evakalana ke again still say no cos x wethu elingana no bani no 0, noma, and then on this side what you're going to do is to solve for sin x, or make your sin x the subject of the formula. You're going to transpose 1 and then divide by 2. So this is over 2 sin x is equal to 1, and if I divide by 2 on both sides, divided by 2, divided by 2, bese sala nobani no cos x elingana no 0, noma, okay, usin x elingana nobani no 1 over 2. Okay, okay, right, cool. And then the next step is to actually find our reference angle, because when it comes to our general solution, our sole purpose is to the trig ratio, the angle ilingana with something, trig ratio, angle ilingana na something, and then after here we therefore work out our reference angles. So and then only I'm gonna be looking at the side later on. Okay. And then so second function sine of 1 over 2. So kumbula ukuthi when it comes to your special angles, usine half come from a reference angle kabani ka 30 degrees. So it's no x way to lingana no bani, no 30 degrees is our reference angle. Okay, so sazi ukuthi mvakala, the next question that we ask ourselves ukuthi ke i-reference angle yethu izosiza ukuthi sidetermine ama solutions ethu, okay, in terms of each generation, a general solution. So the next question will be ikuphi la khona usign a positive corner. So why are you asking that? Because i-reference angle yethu njani i-positive. So we'll actually see la ukuthi when it comes to our trig ratio, okay, so sine is positive ku first quadrant and also positive kuphi ku second quadrant. Okay, so how do you represent the first quadrant? First quadrant is represented by angle theta. Then how do you represent the second quadrant? Second quadrant is represented ngobani? 180 degrees minus theta. So from this here, we can therefore determine our solutions for bani, for sine respectively, using this fact here. So once you get your reference angle, injani nge-sine. Is it positive or negative? Positive. So you go sine positive con, first and second. So how can we represent a reference angle in terms of these quadrants? So theta ngala 180 minus theta. So ingakho our first solution would be created ngale ndlela. So it's x wethu, okay? So it's basically x wethu ulingana no 30 degrees plus 360 degrees k, la khona k a element of integers. Okay, right, cool. And then our second solution, so tinike, so ti o x wethu ulingana noba ulingana sakhumbula ukuthi sithe ngoba positive ke so represent for nanga second quadrant. So ti 180 minus our reference angle. So 180 minus 30, which is our reference angle, versus etabani with 360 degrees k, where k is an element of integers as well, and therefore here siyabona ukuthi x wethu lingana nobani no 150 degrees, sisi etabani si eta with 360 degrees k. Okay, again where k is an element of integers. Okay, and then bese zangalanake. Okay, so when it comes to cos 0, cos 1, sine 0, okay, I say the best way to actually do this is to actually look at ama graph ka cos no sine. So la sikhumbula ukuthi I graph ka cos mesidweba nje roughly, okay, mesidweba roughly kuukuthi la kuukuthi our amplitude is basically positive, so it's positive 1. So siqala ukudweba from here, sihambe kanje, and then sinyukele here. Okay, right, cool. Siyazi ke la kusuke sino 360, and then la suke sino bani sino 180, and then la suke sino bani sino 90, and then la suke sino bani sino 270. Okay, right, cool. So lo mbuzo kahle kahle ke uthini ke uthi uma ngabe ucos x elingana no 0 ubani x. So sobona ke la egraphini ukuthi ke lo 0 vele lo umele y. So ngenkathi y u0 uba ubani x for le graph le ka cos x. So siyabona ukuthi nangu x oqala. So it means x wethu oqala, which is going to be a reference angle, ilingana no 90 degrees plus 360 degrees k, where k is an element of integers as well. Okay, and then nakuphi futhi siyabona ukuthi nala futhi useyobani y useyu0, but sinomunye x futhi la. Ingakho ke sizophinde sibe ne solution esingayithola ngokuthi x is also equals to 270 degrees plus 360 degrees k, again where k is an element of integers. Okay, so here's our 4 solutions, guys. Uma ngabe uno cos x equals to 0, cos x is equals to 1, cos x is equals to -1. So basically, you follow this method. Okay, so let me just make another example just to make sure that I drive this point home. Uma ngabe mhlambe besino cos x elingana nobani no -1. Okay, so siyanothisa ke la ukuthi graph yakho kusengayiqhubeka uhambe nayo ize nangala if you want to. Okay, but x o -1 nangu la ezansi. U-1 la sorry man, y o-1 nangu la ezansi, u-1 y la, bese kuthi la phezulu u-1 y la, u-1 y la. So mesibu cos x at -1 ikuphi lapho yilana. Okay, so uzonothisa ukuthi mu punch calculator yakho uthi cos uthi nje a second function cos -1 kuzophuma 180. Now it's because ngenkathi y o-1 u-x wakho uba ubani uba 180. Okay, so again uyabona funa ngala ukuthi uphinda bobani abo -180. So both solutions are acceptable. Okay, uphinde notice ukuthi ke mawukuthi uthi second function cos 1 uzophuma no 0, uphume nobani no 360 futhi. nomphumela obani no-negative 360 because njalo u-y me-1 it comes to graph kakho so x uba 0 noma x abobani abo 360 degrees. Okay, so guys, this is a general solution. Okay, uma ngabe bekubuze nje i-general solution kwawukuthi abakubuzanga bakunikeza i-interval uyaphela la, kuyaphela la. Okay, but uma ngabe bekunikeza i-interval you are now going to be substituting ama-integers la okhulume ngawo la ngenkathi uthi u-k wakho lo esimbona la uyi-element of integers uyawathatha la integers uwa-substitute la esikhundleni sa-k busubuka wonke ama-solutions azofitha within le interval abakunikeze yona. So for example siyazi ama-integers ukuthi iy'number ziqala from 0 ziye all the way to positive ziphinde suke from 0 ziye all the way to negative. Okay, so ake siqale lana-ke so qala substitute to 0, substitute to 1, substitute to negative 1, substitute to negative 2, substitute to positive 2 kanjalo. But because vele range yethu ithi from positive 0 to positive 270 ngibona sasikho vele isidingo sokusubstitute ama-values are negative because vele azosinikeza ama-answers which are outside this interval range. So ake senze ke laphana-ke. Okay, so soba no x wethu ke elingana nalama solutions ethu alandelayo. So mesifaka u0 laphayana soba no 360 multiplied by 0 sibe nobani sibe no 0 and then siba no 90 la. Should our first solution esiyithola laphana ubani u90. Ake sibuke u90 within le range le. Yes, within the range le. Should answer ethu yokuqala la izobobani izobo 90. Okay, and then second mesifaka u1 izothi positive 360 plus 90 it's something far way big above 270. Mesifaka u-negative 1 mesifaka u-negative 1 futhi izoba negative kanti asifune answer nje negative at all. Shuthi sesiyaqeda laphana sesiqedile laphana. Then size laphana ngaphesheya. Mesifaka u0 la, okay, then it means uba no 360 multiplied by 0 u0 lo and then 0 plus 30 u30. Shuthi answer yethu siyithola mesifaka u0 laphana ubani u30. U30 ukuyona le range, yes ukuyona. Shuthi it means u30 enye answer yethu njani yesibili. Mesifaka u1 siba no positive 360 plus 30 u390 lo u390 out. Mesifaka u-negative 1 futhi awusebenzi so out. So it means siqedile laphana ngoba the most cooler then there's no answer so ithola vele for that. Size la. Mesifaka u0 la soba no 360 by 0 kubo u0 then 270 plus 0 u270. Ukhona within this, yes ukhona u270 nangu 270. So singamfaka nobani no 270 because siyamthola using le ngala. Size ngapha mesifaka u0 la, okay, it means siba nobani no 360 times 0 u0 150 plus 0 150. U150 ukhona kule range, yes ukhona. So it means 150 is another solution. So mesifaka negative 1 out, mesifaka u1 go out as well. So these more or less are our solutions of x within this this interval range. Okay, so in other words lento ithi ke as long as u-x lama figures lawo it's either u90 noma u30 noma u270 noma u150 le component engalanga ezansi kufanele ibe u0 okuzokwenza ukuthi yonke lento ibe njani ibe undefined. Okay guys, ngiyabonga kakhulu for tuning in. I know this has been a long one, okay, so I do recommend that you watch the question a couple of times kakhulukazi uma ukuthi general solution awuyazi noma musoka general solution how to determine ama-solutions akho afitha within the interval awukwazi. So re-look or re-watch at this video a couple of times and then besoba ukuthi ke if there's any questions feel free to pop them below under the comment section. But other than that, until we meet again in our next question, goodbye.